Blessed be y'all, this is Jen Fremont. I'm going to talk a little bit today about things that are lost, kind of. Um, my last video, I was talking about, the day out of time, that just random day somewhere in 1984 that has stuck with me for a long time. But, I've had a lot of time to reflect. Most of these videos that I'm going to do right now, I'm going to tell you about my reflections because I think it might help people understand a lot of the stuff that they have stuffed down because I never understood how much stuff I had just taken in stride, or not really taken in stride, but just stuffed the feelings because there was nothing I could do about it, and I had to go on, and I had other stuff to deal with. And so a lot of that emotion just got stuffed away, and it kind of rotted inside there. And a lot of that stuff's come up now, and because I have had the time to reflect and getting it out into the open, I feel like I understand a lot more of why I've done things the way I've done them for a long time, why I did things in the past, and sort of helped me to deal with the future. I can do things. I might still do those things, but I'm more cognizant of why I am doing them and stuff like that. I recognized that a lot of the reason that I ate a lot of fast food, a lot of takeout stuff, and things like that, it wasn't so much that I was too lazy to cook or to go to the store or something like that. It was a lot about just getting out of my environment that I didn't like, which was my home environment, and going somewhere. It wasn't so much about the food itself. And I liken that to the video store experience because that's one of the things that I miss because it wasn't so much watching the movie, it was the experience of going and getting the movie and getting out, interacting with the world, and stuff like that. I'm, you can go to a red box and rent a movie nowadays. You can rent stuff online, but it's not the same as going to the store, looking through the stacks there. Because you'd find stuff that, oh yeah, I watched that 10 years ago and that was really good, or that was really crappy, or something like that. You get reminded of old movies and you decide, oh, I might want to see that again. Or you find stuff that, there's always that stuff that, something better was coming that you wanted to watch, and so it just kind of slipped away when it was new. And, or there's the stuff that you never even heard of that, you find on the old rack. And I miss that because sitting at home and just punching some buttons on your computer and it comes up, it's not the same. You can't go and search that stuff. It's not like looking through the shelves and finding that stuff. You know? And the other part of it was, yeah, it would get you out of the house. It You interacted with the world, and yeah, it was the going and buying it, and then you had to return it by a certain time. That got you out too, because you had to go do something. And I miss that in a lot of ways. You know, like I said, I've had a lot of alone time, and a lot of what I do, I go to a few meetups and meetings and stuff like that. But it's not the same thing either. And going shopping is not the same thing. I really don't like going shopping. I never did really like going shopping. You know, back in the day with my grandparents, that was the highlight of their week was going shopping. And in their later days, all they ever did, the only time they ever left the house was to go shopping or to go to the doctor. And I thought that was just so sad. Uh, when I was younger and everything, my grandfather, he had friends that he visited, and he had a place out in the country that he went and worked on. He's building a house out there, and I helped him out with that. And we'd go out there on the weekends and stuff like that. And, when I moved away, all that sort of stuff quit. He got too old to do it and stuff like that. And uh, went to the Chinese restaurant last night, and I saw this family there that could just, they one of the older woman there, yeah, she was probably in her 80s somewhere. But the two men that were with her were probably 45 and 50, something like that. But they could just barely shuffle around, and they could barely put two words together to order stuff. I was like, God. And one of the guys was talking on the phone about, getting in at a doctor's appointment and everything. I'm like, golly. You know, something's wrong with this picture here. I expect an 80-year-old woman to be barely shuffling. I don't expect a 45-year-old guy to be barely shuffling. And I think to myself, maybe the stuff here is not that good if this is the sorts of people that eat this all the time. Uh, you know, I don't know. I, that's kind of where I figured that out with the takeout thing because yeah, I've been at the point of I can't stand it here anymore. I gotta go do something. I don't. I've gotten bored with all the stuff that I've been cooking at home, and it's like, God, I gotta go somewhere. So I end up, I found this Chinese place that's pretty good. Uh, but I can't do that all the time. I don't feel good when I do that all the time. I feel better when I cook my own stuff. But see, you get into the thing of, there have been days when, you know, other than going outside to the mailbox, I don't leave the house. And I don't talk to anybody or anything, and it drives me crazy. And I have a lot of time to think about things like the video store and things like that. A lot of this stuff's bubbled up because I have had so much time to think about it and things like that. So I hope this helps you out. I hope it helps you with your process of becoming a better person, of becoming enlightened. I feel like I'm lightening my load so I can be enlightened. With all the baggage that I've had in the past, it's hard to have that lightness of heart, if you know what I mean. This is Jen Freemind. Blessed be y'all.